here because I get to go out. And I don't have to worry about her, and I know she's going to have fun, and I get to go out. And I'm real excited about that.
It is time for a special New Year's night out, but what about the kids? It's not too late to set them up for their own fun.
This is First News 3 at 4 with Kendall, Tenney, and Beth Fisher.
Kendall's off tonight. Jim Snyder alongside me. In 2 more days, millions will let down their hair to see you later to 2000 and say hello to 2001.
A New Year's Eve celebration can be costly, especially if you have kids or grandkids to think about. Stacey Escalante joins us live with our top story from the Little Scholar at Desert Inn in Mojave, where they're throwing a New Year's Eve party, Stacey, that gives both kids and parents a reason to celebrate.
That's right, Jim. I'm not a parent, but a lot of parents told me that on New Year's Eve they feel that babysitters rip them off and overcharge them. Well, we looked in the classifieds. We found a few options. Here at Little Scholar Academy is another option. You can see they're getting ready to throw an all-night party on Sunday. Some parents tell me that price of the party is perfect.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
On Friday, the little ones count forward.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
But they're looking ahead to Sunday when they'll learn to count backward.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
Like the big kids.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The moment it hits midnight.
Happy New Year! Yeah!
It's the 12-hour overnight pajama jam.
We're gonna have a sleeping bag.
Where the kids can welcome 2001 their own way.
Every girl's favorite, the princess crown.
We're gonna put goodies on the table right in there.
Pizza, ice cream, cookies. They want the food. They want the games.
A controlled environment so mom and dad can get a little out of control.
Mommy gets to go out.
Without paying a high price.
Childcare is a hard thing to find on New Year's Eve. People tend to take advantage of parents and charge an outrageous amount.
$45 to ring in the new year at Little Scholar.
Oh, Gaga!
A time to make new friends and some new resolutions. A word they haven't figured out yet.
Oh my God. No, I'm the deadbeat.
What is it?
No monkeys jumping on the bed.
What's the resolution? What's it sound like?
I bet on Monday they'll know what a resolution is. The party goes from 7 p.m. till 7 a.m. Ages 2 to 12 are accepted. It looks like the adults are going to have some fun too. It's $45 ahead of time. It's $55 at the door. As I told you, we looked in the classifieds. They have a couple of different options, and those prices range from $30 to $75. No matter what, looks like it's going to be a fun time. Too bad we didn't have that when we were growing up. Reporting live at the Little Scholar Academy, I'm Stacey Escalante. Back to you, Jim.
It was a lot of fun to watch, Stacey. Thank you. Those kids are great. There are still about 80 openings available for New Year's Eve. You just call Little Scholar at 732-4292.
Tens of thousands of revelers are expected to cram into downtown Reno and the casino core at Lake Tahoe to ring in the new year Sunday night. A fireworks display is planned in Reno where anywhere from 20 to 50,000 people are expected. They think it'll be a smaller turnout than last year when 60,000 people swarmed the streets at the stroke of midnight. Stay tuned to News 3 on New Year's Eve. We're going to begin live coverage at 11 p.m. We'll go all the way through the midnight hour with complete coverage of the fireworks extravaganza on the Las Vegas Strip. You can also log on to our webpage at www.kvbc.com. We have live cameras. We have cameras, I should say, linked to our website that will have live shots of downtown and the Strip.
Now, if your weekend celebration is going to include some drinking, don't get behind the wheel. If you need a lift, remember, you can always call Arrive Alive. Their number, we're going to give it to you real clear here. Maybe you can jot it down and remember it. 873-8553. All you have to do is give them a call or just ask a bartender or cocktail waitress to dial the number for you. Most of them have the number behind the bar. Arrive Alive will send 2 drivers to you. One to pick you up and drive you home, the other to drive your car home. So you have nothing to lose. Your car will be right in your garage or driveway the next morning. Arrive Alive is there for you from 5 o'clock p.m. till 5 o'clock a.m. 7 days a week.
Preparations are underway. Okay, over here.
Hey.
It's Friday.
Yes, exactly.
Preparations are underway all along the Northeast for what they're calling the blizzard of the real millennium.
Yeah, and as the storm moves in on the most populous region of the U.S., concern grows over what could be a New Year's nightmare.
Candace Gibson has the latest from Ground Zero for both the storm and the new year, New York City.
In New York City today, the only thing falling from the sky, confetti. A dry run for what could be a wet New Year's Eve celebration in Times Square. Plans are moving full steam ahead, as you can see, despite the forecast for a wallop of a storm. In Long Island, New York, the cash registers are busy and the lines are long for shovels. Everyone is gearing up because of forecasts like this.
The storm is going to be has the potential of being a bad storm. We expect it to redevelop off the East Coast tonight and to move towards the eastern end of Long Island during the day tomorrow into Saturday night.
The storm today, at least part of it, is in the Midwest, dropping several inches and causing misery for people in places like Des Moines and Chicago.
Sticking close to home. I don't trust the weather.
Pretty much I've been hibernating, and I've been like, I go to work, come home, and stay home.
And by the time this Midwest storm regroups in the east, it could pack a more powerful punch. And that's why many cities are preparing. For example, the chains are already on the trucks in the D.C. area.
We took a very quick inventory of all of our equipment, made sure our trucks were all up and ready and running.
With the forecast calling for more than a foot of snow, would-be shovelers are also readying in Boston. And would-be revelers in Times Square may ring in an ice age in 2001. Well, if New York City gets the 16 inches of snow that forecasters are calling for, it will no doubt be as crippling as another devastating storm back in 1996. So you can understand why everyone is getting ready. Reporting from the Big Apple, Candace Gibson, News 3.
Yeah, people planning on traveling to New York to celebrate the new year maybe not be able to get back out again.
Yeah, exactly. Amy Rutledge has been watching that storm system and, of course, our local forecast from the Weather Center. Amy?
Well, Jim, we've been keeping a careful eye on that system because as of right now, it has not formulated yet, so they can't really be sure when it's actually going to hit the East Coast. They're predicting sometime around midnight up to 24 inches of snow, possibly in Pittsburgh. A lot of airports are already anticipating having to cancel flights, so we'll keep a careful eye on that and keep you updated throughout the evening. Back here at home, not so bad outside. We're just seeing a few high clouds around the valley. The temperature outside is just beautiful, 61 degrees, 20% humidity. The winds are even calm. The barometer is 30.17 and falling, and it looks like it's going to stay that way. So I will have the latest on our forecast coming up in a couple minutes. Back to you guys.
Amy, thank you. It wasn't bad weather, but a sleepy driver that caused a rollover this morning. A Brinks armored car traveling from Reno to Tonopah crashed. The Nevada Highway Patrol says the driver fell asleep. He was treated for minor injuries and got a ticket for leaving his lane. A meltdown of weapons will help build freeways and improve transportation. More than 2,000 handguns and semi-automatic rifles were melted down at a steel plant in California. These weapons had been used in crimes or turned in voluntarily through a gun buyback program. The metal will be recycled for things as rebar and mesh used to strengthen freeways and light rail systems, including the Alameda Corridor project.
If you're new to town, there are some areas you're going to want to stay away from this weekend. Tom Hawley has more on that from up in Sky 3.
The city and the county are trying to get the messages out every way they can. In this case, a variable message sign, which is posted on Las Vegas Boulevard just to the south of Charleston. Hard to read from this angle, so we'll tell you what it says. Basically says that there is a possible closure in effect on Las Vegas Boulevard. Actually, various closures possible from around the Stratosphere all the way down to Russell Road. Probably won't be one continuous closure, but perhaps from, about the Stratosphere area down to Sahara, and then perhaps from Spring Mountain Road to Russell. And I say perhaps because Metro Police don't want to get nailed down on exactly where and when the closures are. They say that they're going to do them according to the conditions as to what the conditions warrant. I would guess that we'll probably see things start to close down around 7 or 8 p.m., but we'll keep an eye on it, and we'll certainly give you the big picture here from Sky 3 during our 11 o'clock news, as well as the countdown with the big fireworks finale at midnight. Tom Hawley reporting from Sky 3.
All right, thank you, Tom. New Year's Day means big bowl games and parades across the country. Volunteers have been putting in overtime trying to get ready for the Rose Bowl parade. They are turning tens of thousands of flowers into these beautiful parade floats. The Rose Bowl parade will help start things off before the big game between Purdue and the University of Washington. Let Space Odyssey 2001 begin. That is the message from the crew on board the International Space Station. The New Year's message from the 1 American and 2 Russians on board the space station may be a little bit early, but you have to keep in mind time means a whole different thing up in space. In fact, this crew will actually experience New Year's Eve several times over as they orbit the Earth, pass through different time zones. The group is in the middle of a 4-month tour of duty that began on November 2nd.
Still don't know what you were doing for New Year's Eve? Well, it's not too late. While some options are quite expensive and require black tie, there are others that won't break your pocketbook. Ben Correa shows us some of the party options to ring in 2001.
Kool and the Gang, More Stay in the Time, the Dazz Band, and Rain, a tribute to the Beatles at the Fremont Street Experience, downtown Las Vegas. Gates open at 5 p.m., just $30 to party the night away. And if you want to catch those fireworks, the New Year's Eve extravaganza with the Sin City Suits at the Stratosphere. From 9 p.m. to 1 a.m., the price is $200, which includes dinner, open bar, and fireworks viewing. But if that's too much for you to spend, $50 on the observation deck at the Stratosphere. The party begins at 8. If you're a fan of Richie Valens, Buddy Holly, and the Big Bopper, a tribute band at Santa Fe Station, and it's only $15. The festivities begin at 9. And once again, the New Year's Eve dance party on top of the Riv. The dancing begins at 10. Cost $105 per person, which includes unlimited drinks, hors d'oeuvres, and party favors. Ben Correa, News 3.
Lots going on. For more party times and locations, just log on to our website at kvbc.com, an affiliate of lasvegas.com.
Here's another affordable ticket for the holiday weekend, and these are the last chances you can see comedian Rita Rudner at the MGM Grand.
And I don't have fireworks, but I've stolen a pack of matches from the MGM, and I've tried to learn how to, oh look, I've done it. Happy New Year.
It's important to improvise if you have to. Rita has 2 shows Saturday at 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. and then 2 on Sunday at 8 and 10:45. That's New Year's Eve. The late show on Sunday, New Year's Eve, includes champagne, party favors, and a balloon drop. I guess she'll be lighting a few of those matches as well. The tickets are just under $50. Rita is a big hit here. She sold almost 100,000 tickets since June. She was only supposed to play for 3 weeks, but she ended up staying for 6 months. And she'll actually be staying in town a little longer. She's starting a TV talk show from here in Las Vegas that'll be on the air at the end of next year, right here on Channel 3.
Oh yeah, that promises to be a great time.
Funny.
Holiday Sweets may send you to the dentist for a checkup.
But if just the sound of drills scares you, there is another option. Find out about a new dentist tool that could keep you pain-free the next time you sit in the chair.
And Christmas week is nearly over, and many people will be taking down their Christmas trees. We'll show you where to go to have it recycled.
Plus, if you don't wake up in time for the Today Show, find out what you've missed.
Oh, sorry. Katie meant to say that.
A look back at Bloopers 2000 with Katie, Matt, Al, and Ann. Coming up on First News 3 at 4, where news comes first.
Closed captioning is provided by Sprint, the point of contact. You're watching Southern Nevada's #1 choice for news. This is First News 3 at 4.
In today's Helpline 3, if you hate going to the dentist, you're probably not alone. But thanks to a new tool, dentists can spot tooth decay earlier, sparing you a lot of pain. If you hate hearing this sound, you're not alone. It's not the first time Anya Lennon has heard it either. She's had 8 cavities drilled and filled.
That something is going to be sore.
And hopes this new dental spotlight will prevent more. It's considered a magic wand of sorts, which can spot tooth decay before it develops into a cavity.
The earlier it is detected, the easier it is to reverse it.
A cavity develops when bacteria or plaque starts to attack your tooth enamel. Then, when you go in for a checkup, x-rays spot those cavities.
They're about halfway through the enamel by the time they can be detected with current methods.
This dental wand emits a blue laser beam to find invisible trouble spots.
A decaying tooth reflects the light differently than a healthy one. Images of the teeth are recorded, then compared between exams.
The patient experiences nothing. I mean, it's just simply looking at each of the two surfaces with this high-intensity light.
And remember those painful encounters you had with the metal pick scraper? Thanks to the new wand, it is a thing of the past.
That would be great.
Yeah, it would be. We spoke with Las Vegas dentist Dr. Glenn Justice. He says when he tested the wand out, the accuracy just didn't measure up to his faithful metal pick, so we may still have to suffer through the pick a little bit longer. Well, we told you yesterday about 20,000 doses of the flu vaccine are arriving or have arrived at the health district. Today, an update on how many are left. The health district expects its supply to last until the end of January, so you still have plenty of time. The shots cost $10 for those without insurance or Medicare. If you have any questions about getting a shot, call the number on your screen, 385-1291. Flu shots are available tomorrow from 8 o'clock to 4:30 at the Shadow Lane location. The health district opens again on Tuesday with clinics at all 3 of their locations on Shadow Lane, in Henderson, and in East Las Vegas.
In case you missed it, the Today Show offered up a sometimes not too flattering look back at the year 2000 this morning, a compilation of bloopers from the past year. And as you're about to see, there were quite a few of them.
What is this, Pick on Katie Day?
No, I don't think so. That's next week.
The author is Katie, is it Couric? Is that how I pronounce the last name?
That's right, Couric.
It's nice to have. This is weird, isn't it?
Listen, I'm so glad to be here, and being interviewed by you, Matt, is quite a thrill.
Okay, stop sucking up. Let's get to the questions. As we're flying into Sydney, we're like on final approach. They come and get Katie to go up into the cockpit.
Ooh.
And as we're going by, making a
jealous.
bank turn around the Opera House, the entire plane hears the announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, would Matt Lauer please pay attention to what's happening out the window, because you'll need to talk about this for the next 3 weeks.
Whoa!
Almost lost the MP3 player.
Stay with me. Look, little Mary Palm Pilot.
What can you do? You know, I don't have your money. I need this job for a living, right?
I'm sorry, Uncle Matt.
Let's keep that in mind, okay?
In just a few minutes, we may see more of Al than ever before. Now, that is a tease.
Well, the dark side of the moon takes on a whole other meaning.
So we're going to 3 hours on September 11th.
Yep.
How do we all feel about that?
I think it'll be fun.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I think it stinks. I'm kidding. Am I right?
Oh, first of all, I hate to ever say that on the air, but we're going to have to hold that off.
Otherwise, there's no reason
if
for
I
the
can
segment.
possibly avoid it, I'll tell you in the commercial break. One of the problems with the third hour for Katie is that she's having trouble maintaining her energy, so I just want you to see here what she's got working here on the desk. Okay, she's got the oatmeal going here, an apple, a beautiful thing of string cheese, tea, and some coffee.
There you go.
The tea is out.
The Today Show is coming to Las Vegas next week on January 5th for the Consumer Electronics Show.
And Amy Rutledge is in with a look at our weather.
Yeah, looking pretty good out here. We're seeing a lot of disturbances on the mid-Atlantic and on the upper Ohio Valley in the Midwest. Not so bad here, though. So if you're just getting into town, you got a great New Year's Eve celebration planned. The weather's going to be beautiful. Let's jump outside right now and look at our current conditions. Live on top of Fitzgerald's. Right now we're seeing some high clouds. Temperature is 61 degrees. The humidity is 20%. The winds are pretty calm. It's going to stay that way for the next couple of days. And the barometer is 30.17 and falling. Now, this looks like it's going to be the pattern around the region for a while. Let's jump outside and look at some of the other temperatures in our valley right now. We're seeing 36 degrees at Mount Charleston, 66 up in Mesquite, 66 in North Las Vegas, and 65 in Pahrump. Not a lot going on around the area right now. We just got a few clouds that are lingering over the valley. They should be moving out sometime this evening, making for a beautiful day tomorrow as well. Look at some of the temperatures around the rest of the region, looking pretty much the same. We're seeing 75 in Los Angeles, 57 in San Francisco, 57 also in Fresno, 48 up in Reno. Now, we are going to see some precipitation in our area, mostly up in Idaho, Washington, up in there. They're going to see some rain, possibly some snow showers. They should be out by the end of the day tomorrow. For our forecast, though, looking pretty good tonight, 42 around 8 o'clock. We'll see 35 degrees overnight, 44 will be our sunrise temperature. Tomorrow, 62 will be the high, 36 will be your low. Bright and sunny day. Maybe a few clouds here and there, but not too bad. Tomorrow night, Lake Mead, you're going to see 64 will be your high. Your low will be 36. Pretty much the same story around the rest of the region. Mount Charleston, 58 will be your high. Your low will be 25 degrees. And looking at our 5-day forecast, looks pretty good right through the holiday. Some of our cooler temperatures we thought was going to hit the area look like they're warming up just a little bit. We're seeing in the low 30s instead of all the 2 days we were seeing of 29. But if you are in town for the New Year's celebrations, you want to tune in tonight at 5. We're looking at a lot of cancellations at the airports because of that storm that's moving into the mid-Atlantic that they're expecting to hit tonight. 2 feet of snow. So stay tuned and we'll keep you updated on that.
Thank you, Amy.
Nina's here now with a look at what's coming up on our news at 5 o'clock.
You guys have been mentioning it here at 4 o'clock. Las Vegas throwing quite a party for New Year's Eve. A fireworks extravaganza designed to mesmerize locals and tourists alike. Las Vegas is known for its glitz and glamour, and this year's fireworks show is sure to shine. We'll tell you the best places to see it. Plus, New Year's means an exciting time for football fans as several bowl games get ready to get underway. Mitch Roberts shows us who's playing. And fire rages through a construction site, destroying a group of townhomes. Plus, a man breaks into the cockpit of a British Airways jet, grabbing the pilot's controls. We'll tell you what happened at the end of that story coming up on News 3 at 5.
Scary. All right, thanks, Nina.
Coming up, your Christmas tree can do some good for the environment.
Find out where you can go to recycle it next here on First News 3 at 4, where news comes first. Now that the holidays are coming to a close, what do you do with the tree? Well, you can't throw it away, but recycling your Christmas tree does some good, and it's as easy as just dropping it off in the right spot. Today's the last day you can dump your tree off at any of these places: UNLV, Swenson and Harmon, Sunset Park at Sunset and Eastern, or the Desert Breeze Park at Flamingo and Durango. But if you can't get it done today, you still have a chance at the Desert Demonstration Gardens. They'll accept trees through January 7th. That's at Valley View and Alta. And if you have any questions about all this, you can call the number at the bottom of your screen, 258-3205.
Next, an honor outside of Hollywood for Steven Spielberg.
Find out why he'll be adding the title of Sir to his name. Just ahead on First News 3 at 4, where news comes first.
Hey, make a plan to check out the new Family Feud starring comedian Louis Anderson.
Anything for you, Louis?
Oh, behave. Family Feud, weeknights at 7:30, only on Channel 3.
Film great Steven Spielberg will rub elbows with the royals. While Spielberg may be used to being honored as one of Hollywood's greatest directors, he probably never thought he would be honored as a knight. Spielberg will be knighted on behalf of Britain's Queen Elizabeth II in recognition of his contributions to that country's film history. Sources say that Spielberg has also been selected to receive a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame sometime next year.
He certainly deserves that.
He does.
We'll be right back.
So I was down on the Strip last night for New Year's Eve coverage, and a lot of people visiting from out of town, a lot of people coming here from the East Coast. What a great time to be here and not there.
They are certainly lucky they're going to be here because they're supposed to get up to 24 inches of snow. The wind chill in the Midwest is anywhere from -20 to -40 expected tomorrow, and that's going to stay for the next couple of days. Here, however, not really the case. Look at this, bright sunny skies for the next couple of days. A few clouds here and there, but low 60s pretty much is our temperature for the next 5 days.
That's perfect. And just a reminder of our New Year's Eve coverage.
Yeah, we'll start at 11 o'clock and carry you through the fireworks, so you'll see it all. Cameras all over town right here on Channel 3 that night.
See you at 5.